If there's a match to lose, might as well you lose now.
Yeah, complacency setting, and we don't want to lose a match. It's a league.
Welcome, Sports Nation, to Sports DTM, the sports channel where we call sports down the middle. You can expect the latest in sports news, views, and reviews from our resident analysts. No sports topic is too controversial, and no team or player is above criticism. So just smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on our balanced offering of riveting sports content. And don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Welcome to Sports DTM.
Greetings, Sports DTM fans, and welcome to another episode of Sports Down the Middle, your channel of undiluted sports content. Raymond and I are here to talk about the recent matchup between the West Indies and India. Raymond, West Indies, India. India won the toss and decided to bat first. And they scored a whopping 317 for 8. Talk to me how you felt about that.
I mean, Kurt, after seeing that score, that 317, boy, it felt like a uphill task. I wish West Indies was the one to actually, bat first, but that wasn't the case, and I felt like it was an uphill task. And then to lose by that level, that level of margin, it's kind of disappointing because we know this might come back to haunt us if we start, losing match after match. Hopefully that's not the case. Or will never be the case.
From one perspective, we could say that India batted extremely well. Smithy, 123 off 119 balls. She set the foundation with her partner, Arman Pret, 109. Both of them put on an excellent partnership, over 200 runs, which really took the game away from the West Indies at the start. I mean, where really did we went wrong? Because watching the match and the way the Indians played, you could see technically they were playing shots that are worthy of watching, like standing up and saluting all over the park. Their shot selections were very, very good. Where we lose?
Well, it's clear that Indian actually did their homework and pretty much, took our bowlers apart. This is what you want from your opener. When your opener face 119 balls and hit 123, while person might collapse around them, she finds a partner in Amanpreet. And once you did that, you just kind of see the score ballooning. While West Indies slowly taking the wickets, it's not quick enough as India balloon to a score of 317. So for me, it's just one of those days. Really and truly, India was that good. India was that good, and so the scores reflect that. And especially the opener, when they get a good start like that, this is what you can expect. So if West Indies wanted to peg back India, they really had to put some serious pressure on the opener, but that wasn't the case, and so India run riot.
I mean, they were a bit sloppy in the field as well. The West Indies, they dropped a few catches. And looking at their bowling performance at 317 for 8, one of the highest scores so far in the competition. And the bowlers, there were 14 extras, which is an improvement from the last match. No maidens. So every over we get in India got runs from it.
Yeah, Kurt, it was a nightmare. I just said I was sloppy in the field, so of course once you're sloppy and you're not, you're not taking your catches and as well as, putting some pressure on the batswoman.
The batters.
The batters, right? When you put the pressure on the batters, you really this is the final result. You get a case of India running away with it, and your economy looking horrible, and yeah, that's it. They score a lot of runs off you, and you're not getting any value for it. And once I start happening, you start chasing within the field, you get dejected, and it is almost like a downward spiral after that.
I mean, they started well. India lost 3 wickets for 78, and then the partnership started, and it was just over. I mean, if you look at the bowlers, Mohammed 9 overs, 2 wickets for 59 runs, the standout performer. That in 5 overs for 32, 1 wicket.
Yeah, Kurt. I just can't imagine the pressure Taylor had, trying to figure out who to give the ball to next because they weren't having such a good day in the field at all. So as she cycled through different persons to try to get a serious bowling attack against the Indian, it just didn't work. It just didn't work. India was really really good on the day, and West Indies dropped some catch, and that pretty much put some serious pressure on us. And as I said, it became a downward spiral. You're chasing ball all day in the field and get some level of dejection and score with balloon once that happens.
And I mean, when India put up 317 or 50 overs, it felt like it was over. But then at the break, and then when West Indies batted, the score looks horrible at 160 all out, Raymond. But the partnership at the top of the order, you ask for the openers to deliver time and time again. This time around, they put on 100 in about 6 overs. They were really going, and we thought that, yeah, man, this looks like the winning approach. And for some strange reason, that thing started to hop around and start to hobble and start to grimace and start to feel for thigh and belly and head, and before long it's like the sickness catch everybody else. She got out at 62 or 46 balls, and that was pretty much the beginning of the end.
Yeah, Kurt, you couldn't ask for a better start than this. 62 runs off 46 ball, good partnership with Dutton and Matthews. Matthews hitting 43 runs off 36 ball. You felt as if they understood the assignment and they were up for the task. So they came out out the gates, flying, blazed, guns blazing, all of that. It's just going full on, knowing the assignment, and you felt as if can can West Indies actually pull this off? Or if they haven't, or if they didn't pull it off, would they come really, really close and bring a super, super entertaining game and let us see that West Indies team is full of fight and grit? That wasn't to be. As soon as the two top batters out, you saw the pressure coming down on the rest. Taylor's yet to show up. Taylor faced 10 ball and hitting just 1 run. That's very disappointing. And so you almost didn't know who else would steady the ship and make a match out of it. Clearly, given that this might end up affecting them, winning some serious match in the earlier games, and now to lose by the magnitude or the margin that they have done is really disappointing.
I mean, talking about Taylor, and we ask that she comes to the party. She was out there pushing around, and we thought that based on how Dutton and Matthews were playing, the approach really was to take it to the Indians and be aggressive, and she wasn't. And the way she got out was really just a prod outside off stump, which technically you're not gonna get no runs from a shot like that. It's a low percentage shot. So is it that she's out of form, out of sort, or is just a little rough patch now? The match before Ducks, this match won.
It has to be both. If you ask me, it has to be both. It's currently within the World Cup, she's clearly out of form. And because we know of her talent and what she can bring at any given time, I would pretty much say a rough patch as well. So I know some might say it's either one or the other, but I honestly seen because of the tournament and the scores,
Yeah.
statistics show that she's out of form. But knowing her caliber and her skills, we are figuring that it's just a rough patch for her.
I mean, I can't stop. Well, the positive part of this performance, if we're to look at it, was really the openers. 112 overs, remember, that's a run rate of 8 point something per over. At and then you're 182, 112 for 3, 114 for 4, 135 4 for 5 for 127 for 5, 136 for 6. It was over. Um, that's probably in another 5 overs or so. It was done.
Yeah, it when you as you said, when they started that fast, you felt like there's a strong chance of them pretty much hitting off that score. And then it just slowly went downhill. You saw that the Indian putting some serious pressure on them. It's almost as if they felt, that score was really a score that they could defend easily. I'm sure there probably was some a little worrying at the first few ball and the opener from Dutton and Matthews, how good they were performing. I'm sure the Indians were a little concerned until they got the pair out and saw off Knight in short order. Then they felt like, okay, this 317 is here to stay. And a bonus if they can actually limit the West Indies to 150. They did it at 162, far below 200. And the average they've been having in the tournament so far is over 200. And so to come in this game against India, it's one of the, if you ask me, I think it's one of the weakest team they have played so far, right?
Well, no. India is ranked above New Zealand, but New
Yeah,
Zealand playing at home,
but,
so the
but
chances are.
after beating, that's correct. After beating England, though, you felt as if they had the ascendancy, and they understood what was needed to be done. But that wasn't the case. Won't beat them too bad though. If it was any game to lose, you get it out of the way, and maybe it would have been India. Um, yeah, I guess. So
But
yeah,
you're always talking about the ability to bat out the 50 overs. I mean, they lost the match. They didn't bat their 50 overs. Cardinal sin number one being shown here in the way they batted.
yeah, for sure, Kurt. Have to bat out the 50 overs, and when you bat out the 50 overs, that kind of show you that you actually have the depth to stick it out. Chances are, if you bat out the 50 overs, you probably push closer to 200 and beyond. But that didn't happen, and because that didn't happen, you see a score far short of 200 in the 162, almost T20 type scoring, and that is a little disappointing, that to say the least.
So there you have it, sports DTM fans. West Indies playing India in their third match and losing by 155 runs, a total domination by India in this matchup. We would love to hear from you. What's your thoughts on the West Indies performance? Do you think this is the right game to lose? And we expect nothing more but victory going forward. It's a league situation, so every team play each other, and the top four will advance to the semi-final. So we want to ensure that we win all the games, so we're in the top four. Fans out there, would love to hear from you by you leaving your comments in the comment section below. What's your thoughts on the performance? What should they do differently in the next matchup? Leave all those comments in the comment section below. And always remember to like, to share, and to subscribe, and to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell all of them friends to come and join the Sports DTM family. This has been another episode of Sports Down the Middle. Raymond and I signing out. Be blessed.